EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
It's on for a little extra.
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil. Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it.
310 yards and straight. You can win with that. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's going to find the target.
On the green. And a chance for birdie here on the first hole.
This is an awkward length.
With that birdie, now at 1 under par for the tournament. Now to the second, par 3, 225 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. Well, not in contention, but in for par. We're at the third hole now at the Wetlands. It's a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, you watched the Web.com Tour event down here, and what'd you see when the young bombers came to this hole?
Oh, this is a hole they just love, Rich. You know, it's flat, it's long, and it's straight, so they just tee it up, aim it straight at the green, hit it as hard as they can. And some of these guys were just going in with an 8 or a 9 iron. It's quite amazing. And, of course, when you go with an 8 or a 9 iron into this hole, you look at 3 more often than not.
Good chance at one. That will be a great look at birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Oh, I thought he had that. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
-1 in the early going. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the fourth. Frank, when you get out of the gates, as our featured golfer has done, with a lot of pars, steady play, what's the mindset?
You've got to keep doing that, Rich. Just maybe get a little closer to the hole, drive a little bit better, work on the pace of the putting. Just little gains, and then all of a sudden you're going to notice a big difference in the scorecard.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight.
Pretty good shot right there.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. All right, good putt.
The rhythm of that stroke. Didn't try and bash it in the back.
Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. This, the second shot here at the par 4. Just a pure strike and a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. And getting ready for the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Putt for par. He needs one. That is a solid par putt. Here at the par 5 7th at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club, 592 yards.
Oh, that's fine.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop-off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So, tricky little par 3.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
So 24 feet after that approach shot, Frank.
Yeah, it's well, just outside the what you'd think very makeable distance.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Always take that. Good par putt right there. The 9th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course, just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example, good tee shot, perhaps they get going for the par 5 and 2, but a great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it in 2.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Third shot, looking for a good one. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. So into the top 15 on the leaderboard with that birdie. A few more, and who knows, maybe top 10 or top 5. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That one was running so hot. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Solid play, heart of the green. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
And that wraps up another great day of golf here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. Frank, I really enjoyed that.
I enjoyed the gator bites as well at the end of the day, Rich. Some good golf to be had. Florida's always fun, playing on the Bermuda grass. And once again, shout out to the superintendent letting us play in the tournament conditions here at the Wetlands.
And now it's on to Gator Bites and a beverage. For all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner, along with Frank Nobilo, saying so long until next time. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Good swing, good shot yet again. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
This one's tracking. And with the birdie, moves into the top 10 on the leaderboard.
And moves into some very good company.
Par 4 11, Frank, we're looking at 443 yards.
Yeah, the Wetlands Golf Course is a really good driving course. This is another example here, Rich, where the fairway's just wide enough to reward a good tee shot, and then those two bunkers don't really come into play. But Wetlands becomes very difficult when you just start to stray a little bit off the fairway. Then you start to see why those bunkers are put there.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Count it, that's a birdie. Stepping up to the tee at the first par 5 on this back nine. It's the 12th, and it is 576 yards.
He goes after it like he is here. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Chance to get it close here. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing, too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. So a tester from 4 feet. With that birdie, moves one shot closer to the lead. Now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. It's 450. It's not overly long in today's standards, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
Frank, that is position A.
The tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That would be a great look at birdie. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down.
Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. So through 54 holes, a really good position inside the top 5 with 1 round to go.
Yeah, and those handful of players that we're looking at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thriller.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
It's gone.
In the hole. You do not see that every day. That, folks, is a hole-in-one. Wow. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway. He needs some sort of miracle putt.
Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Moving to the 16th hole here at the Wetlands, 455-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also good strikes required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. And this will be a 5-foot putt here.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he was thinking on that.
And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Here we go at the 17th. It's a par 3, and it takes one good strike. That's what you like about par 3s of this length, Frank. 238 yards. Can't fake it here.
You certainly can't, and that green just shapes a little bit to the player's right. So the best shot to hit in here would be the draw. And that is also the avenue provided by those two bunkers. One short left and the other one back right.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is. That's an absolute beauty.
Players aren't just grabbing any old golf club these days, Frank. It's about spin rate and launch angle and all of those sorts of concepts.
Yeah, and the grooves. All those things help the player. Even the loft on wedges now. Loft is increased. We now see 64, 65 degree sand irons, so they get the ball up quicker and it stops quicker.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Just a fantastic week of golf. Add that one to the win count.
A lot of great quality players out there, and to come on top of that leaderboard is truly a great accomplishment.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Welcome to the Stadium Course, TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. It's a masterful blend of challenge and playability designed by the team of Tom Weisskopf and Jay Morrish. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports.
The changes, Rich, they made in 2014 have just added a luster to this great venue that hosts the PGA Tour event each and every year. And it's a great test for any level of play. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. These putts keep the round together. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, the par 4 eighth, this is a good hole.
It is a dogleg to the left, forces the player to go out the right, and this will play every inch of its yardage, which is over 470 yards. Green's still pretty much the same with that false front, unless there's a flag position in the front. You're really going to have to fly it at least 20 yards or so into that green, otherwise that ball is going to run towards the front.
Fraction off the center and headed to the right. Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Just 5 feet left. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Finishing out the...
Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie. Oh, chance for birdie.
Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
You're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. Frankie, he put the thumb down on that one.
It's still going. Look, you've got to get that thumb going as quick as you can. That is hot warp speed. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Birdie try up next. Getting set now over the putt. And with the birdie, moves into the top 10 on the leaderboard.
And moves into some very good company.
Now at the par 4 11th, Frank, I really like this hole.
Well, you might be the only one, Rich, because this is an absolute scorecard wrecker. Water all the way down the left side. There's two bunkers. Don't worry about that. They're not off the tee. They're around the green. They protect the left front and the back. If you think you can bail out down the right side, well, you could find cactus and all sorts of crazy things down the right. And believe me, go down there, more than anything, they'll wreck your scorecard as well. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Second shot. Good look at the green.
This one just starts right of the flag.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Starting to play some good golf. With that birdie, moves to 4 under for the tournament. Par 3 12 may not be as famous as the par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of this green. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12.
Early part of this second nine and a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's no snack, though.
It's a nice birdie right there.
Could not have come at a better time. Third place now.
So, one round in the books and a lot to chew on here.
There is. This is going to be a tough championship to pull away. The standard of golf, especially that first page of the leaderboard. Excellent golf.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Set in the Sonoran Desert and surrounded by the majestic McDowell Mountains, we're at the stadium course at TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelist, set to bring you all the action for today's event. Frank, when you think about the TPC Scottsdale, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The golf course has been radically changed in 2014, but it still hasn't lost its luster. Really, it's just been updated like the game itself for these young, strong players of the modern era.
Good-looking shot right here. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. Well, Frank, this is kind of the forgotten par 3 on the back nine here at TPC Scottsdale. All of that attention on hole number 16. What do you think of the par 3 12?
This is by far tougher, Rich. Downhill tee shot, especially off that back tee. Bunkering down the left, sort of it catches your eye, but it also takes your eye off the water, which is behind and to the right of this green. Got to be careful. This is a real sleeper, this par 3.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday, and he'd do it again today. Well, yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
To the par 5 13th here at TPC Scottsdale. Lots of danger left and right of this tight fairway, Frank.
This hole has really changed over the years. There used to be a split fairway. That no longer exists. That bunker you can see down the left side, which you can't carry, really defines the left side of this hole. Water still in play down the right, and big change here is the bunkering along the left, front and left side of this green. So you can't just blaze away and comfortably expect to hit 13 and 2 anymore.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Safely aboard. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good birdie right there, moving to third place on the leaderboard. Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent. It's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And of course that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task at hand?
Great question, Rich. You realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course, but this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about, just that huge lake to the left. Find the fairway. You might just find the green.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
This is an awkward length.
Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Just a little tap in here.
In a very aggressive mode with that birdie now in second place.
There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything. Birdie opportunities, holes that are fraught by water, bunkering that's been changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Teed up here at the par 4 second. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
This hole has been lengthened in 2014, some 30-plus yards. Bunkering down the right has also changed, making this drive a little bit more important now. You can't just blaze away over the hill. Green also changed with the addition of 2 bunkers on the left side.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That will be a great look at birdie. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this. One more birdie, and now tied for the lead.
Now the third hole, it's a par 5, and how does this one set up, Frank?
It's a nice yardage around that 550, 560 yard mark. So a good drive, you can certainly reach the par 5 and 2. Got to flash it across a little bit of a desert there. This green has been completely changed in 2014, and the addition of one bunker to that right side. Used to be 2.
Is it a good drive here at the third? Down there a good ways and in the fairway. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. And getting ready for the putt. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Playing a full 180 yards now. Frank, even at major championships, a good crowd on a single day might be 25 to 30,000. Consider this for just a moment. At the TPC Scottsdale in 2013, round number 3 on Saturday, almost 180,000 fans jammed into that ballpark.
It's hard to imagine that's twice the gate at a Super Bowl on a golf course. Now, obviously, some of it's hidden because of the size of the acreage, but golf just doesn't get that type of crowds anywhere else in the world. But it works at TPC Scottsdale. They have a crowd that keeps going back. They have the Bird's Nest, for example, that goes there. The parties that ring around there. It's an atmosphere that golf never gets anywhere else, but it really works there. The players feel it too. They breathe it. And this is 1 week of the year, just 1 week, where they do feel like superstars.
It's a mix of soft spikes and stiletto heels. There's nothing quite like the TPC Scottsdale. EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular sight for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weiskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Looks like he just misread that. Getting set now over the putt. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Clean this up with a tap.
Not a good time to make a bogey.
Drops down to second place. Frank, the one moment that sort of made the 16th hole what it is today would have to be Tiger's ace in 1997 here at the TPC Scottsdale when it was raining plastic cups.
It was also his reaction too, and that ushered in the Tiger Woods era that we became associated with, which is the fist pumping, the rowdy spectators. I mean, he was one of the few players that bridged the gap between spectator and golf course. And it still goes on till today. And I think Rory McIlroy probably is the only other player that starts to broach that type of inside and outside atmosphere with golf.
Still to this day, it's the loudest single moment that I can ever remember hearing on a golf course.
When he goes after it like he is here.
Are you kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
Wow, Frank, that was an absolute bomb right there.
Yeah, what's longer than long? Because we just saw it.
That is a beauty, a real beauty. This from 7 feet. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching two tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
To the 18th hole now, and Frank, the original designers stepped in and they made this hole quite a bit more challenging.
Yeah, they certainly have stiffened it up. The longest hitters in the game, the Dustin Johnsons, the Bubba Watsons, the J.B. Holmes, used to take it completely over the lake down the left side where there was just one paltry bunker. Now there's a series of bunkers, almost like the church pews at Oakmont, that are littered down the left side, stopping that attack. You're going to have to respect this hole that much more off the tee. Find the fairway. It's still a short iron in, but this finishing hole is now a proper finishing hole.
This is a good-looking shot. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.